Where's TT Paz? Oh, there he is. +4. That's for quarter winner. He's in Joker's quarter.
PT Pass has
TT
got it
Paz.
going on.
TT Paz.
All right. Episode 24, Summer Olympics 2024. Okay. All right, here we go. Hello and welcome to the Gambling Racket, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ben, and once again, I'm joined by my co-hosts Vic and Chris for a special edition episode of our podcast. We are celebrating with our red shirts, one red hat today, in honor of America as they head to Paris.
Go
Feels
to
like just
war,
yesterday.
baby.
Feels like just yesterday we were liberating Normandy. Now we're back in France. And we are supporting the United States as they head back to Roland Garros in just over a month's time to compete for the quadrennial honor of winning gold at the Olympics on both the men's and women's side. So
What the fuck
we
does quadrennial mean?
every 4 years, like biennial, triennial. You're ruining my intro. uh, Anyways, this is a special episode for us. We've got a lot of fun things to talk about today. This is kind of the turning point in the year, boys. Not only because this event only happens every 4 years, quadrennially, but also because it could mark the end of an era for more than one legend of the game. And we'll talk about that as we get into the meat and potatoes of today's podcast. I'm going to do a lot of American references if I can, just to support our ladies and gentlemen that are going to be fighting for their country over against those nasty folks in Europe. Fellas,
Yeah,
are you excited? Are you excited for the Olympics, or is this kind of like a bump in the road for you in the tennis schedule this year?
I think it's nice because we haven't done a podcast since Wimbledon. We had, 2 weeks of meaningless 250s that not a lot of people played at. It's kind of like everyone was like taking a little bit of a vacation, if you will. And then the Olympics is something to get you right back into it. And then after this, that's it for clay. And then we're gonna go summer hardcourt swing with a couple 1000s and then roll it right into the fucking US Open. So like I feel like this good little jump back into tennis after, a little vacation, a little personal vacation away from tennis. Because frankly, I didn't watch too many of the 250s.
Yeah,
I
you
was,
were
I
also
was kind of
sick.
like,
You were down and out for the count for a while there.
Fauci got me again. This man, there needs to be repercussions.
Hey, you're on his list. You shouldn't have fucked around so much
I
and talked
know.
so much shit on him. Chris, what about you? Excited for the Olympics?
Olympics overall, I always love the
Sure.
Summer Olympics. Olympic tennis, yeah. I don't love that it's on clay necessarily, and that we're right back at Roland Garros. But I mean, I like Roland Garros. I like Carlos Alcaraz on clay. So I'm way more excited for this than I have been in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, it's a great point. We're pivoting back to clay after, a month after Roland Garros. It's kind of a risk for players that want to stay in form, that want to prepare for hard court season again, that have some points they're trying to protect, and or maybe you're trying to fight their way back up the rankings. That's why we've seen a lot of withdrawals. Most likely, that folks just don't want to take that risk and
That doesn't make sense to me. Like you said, every 4 years. It happens every 4 years. Fuck the rankings points for one summer. You know what I mean? Like I didn't understand why Ben Shelton skipped the fucking Olympics to go lose to Jerry Shang. You know what I mean? Because that's why he missed
um,
it.
Yeah, I mean, there's different calculus for different players. Ben maybe sees hard court as a strong surface for him, so he's seeing his opportunity. Hey, maybe I'm playing the best tennis of my life. Why would I? Yeah, I'm going to be around for plenty more Olympics. This is Joker's scene, anyways. Like this is the one he
Not
really wants to win. I've got
not so you can
opportunities
go
ahead of
lose to
me.
Drip
This is
Shang.
my shot to get into the top 10, top five. You can't just say it's the Olympics. I gotta go every time. I think it's a little bit more complicated than that.
Well, and I think with Joker not having an Olympic win and being the greatest of all time, like I feel like in tennis, like it's not really that coveted, right? Somebody
Right.
would much rather win a major event than the Olympics.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know if you asked him if you'd rather have a gold medal or a U.S. Open Grand Slam, what do you think they would rather have? I actually think that's not 100%.
A Grand Slam.
A Grand
You
Slam.
think you'd rather have a Grand Slam than
Absolutely.
a gold medal?
Yeah,
I think
absolutely.
if you ask 100 tennis players, 90 of them will say Grand Slam.
That's a good poll. We should put that poll out, Ben.
Okay.
How do I get a hold of all the tennis players?
Well, no, just put it on Twitter. What would you rather win? What would you rather win, a Grand Slam or a U.S. Open, or a Grand Slam or an Olympic gold medal?
Would you rather? No, I'm just kidding.
Olympic gold winners are historically like overwhelmingly guys and girls that have never won a major in the sport, which is a weird thing to think about. And in respect to Djokovic, who he's won every major a lot, and he's one of the best players to ever play the game. And here he is without Olympic gold. So he's kind of going for it in the twilight of his career. Like 4 years ago, you had Zverev, had never won a major at the time. 4 years before that, Andy Murray, who at the time had also never won a major.
Andy Murray's a two-time gold medalist.
2012 also, yeah.
Yeah, and fucking Big Z won the last one. I mean, the fact that Kachanov was in the final is not, a good sign, but
maybe it speaks to the point that not a lot of guys take this seriously.
But actually, when you look at the final, you look at the semifinals, Big Z beat Joker, Kachanov beat Spaniard, Pablo Carrena Busta. I don't know who the fuck that is.
Don't say that out loud.
Who beat Medvedev. So I mean, it wasn't like a bad, I mean, that's an achievement. And then Andy Murray won two of them. So I don't know.
What is that? What is that face for? You throwing shade at Andy Murray?
No, I'm saying you said that, people who don't win Grand Slams win the Olympics. And Andy Murray won Grand Slams, and
no, I said
it's gotten as fucking close as you could possibly get to winning a Grand Slam without winning a Grand Slam. So I wouldn't say that the Olympics is one. It's not like
you're making up what I said. I did not say people that win the Olympics don't win Grand Slams. I said
you made it seem like the Olympics was like some fucking B circuit,
No, I'm illustrating the point that it's typically, you know what? Never mind.
I feel like the Olympics is somewhere between winning a 1,000 and a Grand Slam.
Guys typically win it earlier in their careers, but like the parity is that Djokovic is here at the end of his career not having won it, and that's why he wants it so bad. Or at least that's the perception, and that's been kind of like the buzz throughout the tennis world this whole year, is that, hey, is Djokovic going to show up to these events, or is he focusing on the Olympics? That's what I'm trying to illustrate here.
Yeah, Nadal won in 2008. Marty Fish runner-up, 2004. Good for you, USA.
All right. Let's get to talking a little bit about some of the big, we're kind of already there. So let's talk about some of the big headlines moving into the Olympics. We touched on Djokovic already. Anything else you guys like? That's the headline for him, right? This is his last chance to win them. That's seemingly the focus for his year so far is getting to the Olympics healthy and then winning that gold medal, which he hasn't done yet. So any final thoughts before we kind of move on to some of the bigger headlines?
Did Nadal have some kind of injury flare up in the lead up where there was a question?
Any final thoughts about Djokovic before we move on to Nadal?
No, nothing else on Joker for me.
All right. So like you were saying, there was someone caught Nadal at the practice courts with his thigh wrapped up and a bandage, and he had canceled a practice that he had scheduled with Zverev. So there's some speculation as to whether or not he's going to play, which would really suck because there's also speculation about this potentially being his last event. I'm leaning towards no, this is not going to be his last event, just because of the way that he gave that speech at the end of Roland Garros this year, where it seems like he doesn't want to be done, and it seems like he's going to try and stick around if he can. So I'd be curious to see how his body's holding up Chris, what have you heard? What is your impression of Nadal's situation?
I mean, he's just an old man trying to hold on for dear life, and he's more fragile than he's ever been in his career. Um, I find it very similar to any other athlete who didn't know when to just hang it up and go out. Right? He's going out the gladiator way on his shield. Give him death or give him an Olympic gold. Let's go.
I love that. If we do give him death, then he'd be the second legend that we're seeing exiting from the game this year after the Olympics, because as Vic brought up right before we started recording, Andy Murray's ducking out of the game after the Olympics. This is his last rodeo. So we're seeing the retirement of a true legend and two-time Olympic gold medal winner. So yeah, it'd be sad to say goodbye to both of them at the same time. But hey, another thing Vic brought up before we started recording was that as these old guys start fading out, guys we think of as legends, the new legends are here already. They are out in force. Alcaraz being maybe the biggest personality right now at the Olympics, and yeah, he's accompanied by, not necessarily at the Olympics, but at the top of the rankings, some young guys that are looking to make an impact on the sport as big or possibly bigger than Andy and Rafa and maybe even Djokovic have made on it.
Yeah, sounds like it made a lot of really good fucking points. So I agree with all that. Cosign.
Well, yeah, they were your points. So
yeah.
I'm painting the picture. You're giving me the canvas.
But no, I don't think this is it for Nadal. I think he'll play. I mean, I don't know if you guys have seen the draw. I don't want to jump too far ahead and talk about that, but he's supposed to play Joker in the second round if they both win. Which obviously, I expect them both to win as long as Nadal is healthy. So you'd have Nadal or Joker in the second round, which is going to be fun at Roland Garros. That's going to be a good matchup. I expect, honestly, I won't be shocked if Nadal took him down. That's going to be great. That's going to be awesome to watch. Because Nadal, like you said, Chris is all beat up, but Joker is coming off the fucking torn meniscus. And the last time he was at Roland Garros 2 months ago, he fucking is when he fucked up his knee. He's got those issues with the grounds crew still, probably linger in the back of his mind. These motherfuckers didn't rake this court for me, you know.
It was water.
No.
They didn't water it enough.
Yeah, they didn't water enough. So no, I definitely think that Nadal could beat Joker in the second round if he is healthy. If he is healthy, obviously a huge caveat, but I don't think he's going to be it for him no matter what. I could see him doing like what Serena Williams did at the end of her career, where she only played certain select tournaments. Like I could see him next year just playing the French Open, and maybe
Right.
not Madrid because they gave him that big send off. Like maybe like the warm up tournament or two for the French Open, and that's it. Like maybe do that for like 1 or 2 more years, and then that'll be it.
Yeah. Djokovic has the opportunity to do something real funny and just show up with like his own watering can and just walk up and down the court with it.
So
That would be funny.
Something we didn't touch on though. I mean, both Joker and Nadal are in a better position to win this than they are Slam because you're only going 3 sets, so it takes away a little bit of the advantage a younger tennis player would have with that stamina, only going 3 sets. But yeah, a lot of players.
That's a good point, Chris. That is a very good point. That this is 3 sets, right? Grand Slams 5 sets. You have somebody, if you're better than somebody, you can just wear them down. But 3 sets, much more likely to get an upset, much more likely to just, fucking be on fire for a set and steal it. So,
I think that's why you see such a disparity of, like Karen Khachanov making a final. All you got to do is, be on a little bit of a hot streak, have a little luck, win those 3 setters, and you can end up with people like that in the finals, and that makes it more fun to me. And I think I'm a little bit more excited for the Olympics now.
All right. Okay. In the way of the pursuit of both Djokovic and Nadal's gold medals, however, is the fact that we have the potential to see them play each other in just the second round, which kind of sucks, to be honest.
Well, it's kind of cool because you can get Nadal Djokovic second round, and then Carlito Djokovic or Carlito Nadal in the final. So like you could get, we have the potential for like 2 of the mega matchups that you want to see.
Yeah, honestly, I don't think Nadal's in any of the mega matchups in my book. I I don't think he can steal that many sets.
If Nadal suddenly plays really well and makes a final, you will be saying it's a mega match.
Yeah, if it was Nadal Alcaraz in the final, if it was an all Spain mega match final, you would definitely say that's a huge fucking match, Ben. Don't be a hater.
I
names
understand
wise,
there's a big
not like competition wise.
If Rafael Nadal dials it back 6 years, it'll be a mega match. But yeah, I mean,
yeah, well,
whoever makes it out of this bracket,
he's got to do that to make the final.
If one of these motherfuckers lose in the first round, I'll be so pissed though.
Whoever makes it out of this quarter is going to be beat up. This quarter is a slugfest. In my opinion, and this is a question I wanted to get to, is this is the hardest quarter by far. So if it's going to be Joker, he's got to go through a lot of informed younger guys that are probably hungry to win.
Yeah, so not the best draw for him. And he's at the top of his quarter, and at the bottom of his quarter is the Greek freak Tsitsipas waiting for him in the quarterfinal. So I actually think Tsitsipas is a way easier path to the quarterfinal. Dan Evans, fucking Baez is probably the biggest threat to Tsitsipas out there in this quarter. So I think you're right that the guys at the top are going to beat themselves up, but I really like Tsitsipas to win this quarter at plus 450. I think I don't know. What do you guys want to talk about the odds on this one now? Because to me that's crazy. I think he has such an easier path than everybody at the top. What do you think?
Yeah, it's a great idea, Vic. Why don't you take us through the odds for first quarter?
All right. So first quarter, like we said, we got Joker minus 155, Tsitsipas plus 450, Nadal plus 450, Arthur Fils of France plus 1400, Baez 1600, Monteiro 3000, Arnaldi 4000, Raonic 4000, and not going to get into the rest of them. So yeah, I already said my pick is Tsitsipas plus 450. He's in the bottom half of the quarter. He's got the easiest path. He'll probably have to play Baez in the third round, and in the second round he's got Dan Evans lined up. So not too bad a draw for him. And he just made the quarterfinal in the French Open. That was 2 months ago in the exact same spot. So yeah, give me Tsitsipas plus 450 coming out of Q1. Ben, who do you got?
I have Djokovic playing Tsitsipas for the quarter, and I don't like Steph. I just don't think he's that big game player, even though he's not had a terrible year form wise and really picked it up when we hit clay season. I'm too afraid of Djokovic's will to win. The dude came back from knee surgery after a month and made the Wimbledon final. And now he's had a couple extra weeks to get ready for Roland Garros again. I'm scared. I'm scared of him. I don't want to fuck around with Djokovic. I think it's going to be a brutal, brutal quarter. And I think Joker takes it.
Okay, you got the fave. Chris, who do you like?
I like Arthur Fils.
Woo! All right, Arthur Fils, the hometown kid, plus 1400. He does play Arnaldi in the first round, and Arnaldi did just beat him at the French Open. But if Fils makes it past Arnaldi, then he would end up playing probably Joker in the third round.
Listen, Fils on fire. He's a hometown guy. He's going to be feeling the vibes. People are going to be cheering him on. He just beat Big Z. That momentum carryover. As long as he doesn't have a hangover from that big win and flub against Arnaldi, I like him. So it's either he loses to Arnaldi and he's out, or he's going to win this quarter. I love it at plus 1400. I'm putting one full unit on that.
All right.
Okay. Interesting. It's going to be a fun one to watch. I think a lot of guys are going to put up strong fights that are not going to go anywhere. Not afraid of Baez. I think Baez loses in the first round of Monteiro. That's probably my big upset of the quarter in the first round.
Oh, I got one more thing on Fils. Here's the people that have beat Arthur Fils this year: Arnaldi, Big Z, Ugo Humbert, and Alex de Minaur are his only 4 losses of this year's tennis season. Not a bad record at all. The guy is just playing consistent, and now he's stepped his game up and on fire. I love it.
All right. I don't hate it. I'm excited. I hope he does well. I think it'd be cool to see him make a solid run. He fits that bill we were talking about before of getting in on the winning while you're young.
Yep. That's a good point.
All right, how about that second quarter though, Vic?
All right, second quarter, we got the long hair German, Big Z plus 110.
Long torso
Musetti.
German too. Guy's
What's
got a
that?
long torso,
Yeah, long
shaped
torso,
like a swimmer. I
motherfucker.
don't know why he's not swimming.
Because it's harder to beat people in the water. Musetti plus 400. Fritz plus
Is it?
800. Jari plus 1200. Draper 1200. Navone 1800. Monfils 2500. Mahak 2500. Kotov 2800. Zhang 2800. Borges 28. I had to keep going because I needed to get to Bublik plus 3000. So that's the only reason
Wait,
I was
what do you got
listening.
Bublik at?
They got Bublik plus 3000.
Bovada's got Bublik to win the second quarter plus 5,000.
Wow.
Yeah,
See, that's why you got shocking
DraftKings
lines, folks. That's why I got shocking lines.
DraftKings has the shortest future odds, I think.
Wow. Yeah, definitely head over to Bovada if you're a Bublik better than. Man, his first round matchup is unforgiving though.
Yeah, he's got Taylor Fritz. He's got Taylor Fritz in the first round. So yeah, Bublik, second round loss to Struff, where he just got worked in the French Open 2 months ago.
That's a bad
But
draw though. That's
yeah,
really tough. I mean,
that's
this
a
was
tough
bad
draw.
too, but
That's a tough draw. He just got his ass kicked, but that is a tough draw. I don't know, bro. I'm gonna fuck around. I'm gonna fuck around and take my boy Kazakhstan all day until I fucking die. Bublik plus 3000. I mean, he's got Fritz, but like we just saw, fucking Taylor Fritz doesn't show up on the biggest stage. Taylor Fritz gets to the quarterfinal and then he shits his pants. I mean, the loss to Musetti was unforgivable to me because I had that Taylor Fritz future plus 500 to win the quarter, plus 5,000 to win the whole thing at Wimbledon. So for me, fuck Fritz. I don't care that he's repping America. I'm going Bublik plus 3000.
it's wow. Okay. That is my only issue with your logic is that this is not the fourth round. This is the first round where
It's the
Fritz is
Olympics, though.
traditionally
It's every 4
strong.
years. So it's like the fourth round because it's the Olympics.
Okay, actually, don't hate that logic. I mean, I do, but I'll give you something. I'll give you a little bump in the polls there. Okay.
Thank you.
uh, yeah, that's really tough. Chris, let me go to you first before I share my thoughts on second quarter winner.
Nobody in this group has beaten Big Z. Big Z the fucking moon. 5-unit max play. Alexander. Boom.
Whoa! And wait, can you share the odds that DraftKings has that you read, Vic? And
Plus 110. Big Z plus 110.
see, actually crazy because Bovada's got them even to win the quarter. So they're up and down on some of these players.
Yeah, that's why you really do have to shop them around because the futures markets, for whatever reason, that's where the biggest disparity is. It's not the match lines that you see the biggest disparity. It's the futures. You definitely find some fucking shit that's way off at certain books.
Yeah, for sure. I am not. I think Big Z has a pretty easy path to the quarters.
It's so easy.
The only
like all you can do is beat one person.
He's got to beat Triple Z, the man with 3 times more Z's as Big Z.
That's true.
I'm afraid of that. I think that if they meet, that's going to be a good match. I hope it is too because, I mean, I like Triple Z. I like the way he plays defense. He had a great clay season.
If that happens, I would hedge pretty hard on Triple Z. Triple Z's defense is so good that a player like Zverev is going to get so frustrated and probably lose his fucking mind.
Yeah, and
yeah.
he still has the banked up knee. Remember that. He did hurt his knee at Wimbledon when he was bitching at Taylor Fritz's box for being mean to him. Which I guess we should bring that up, guys, because they would meet in the quarterfinal, and the last time they played was what, 4th round of Wimbledon, and Fritz beat him in 5 sets, and Zverev was bitching like a whiny little punk like he always does after about Taylor Fritz's box talking shit to him.
What's your thoughts? What's your thoughts there?
Just that, don't forget, that'd be a good rematch. That'd be a good rematch in the,
Oh, okay. I thought you
Dude,
wanted to take a side. That's why you wanted to talk about it. Yeah.
FanDuel has Big Z minus 175 to win the quarter.
Holy shit.
That is a gross disparity.
Wow, that is huge. Okay.
Dude, I'm looking at it like side by side. Cannot be wrong about it. That's crazy.
Well, there you go. Who they probably got everyone else.
But look, FanDuel has Musetti plus 700. DraftKings has Musetti plus 400.
And Bovada's got plus 500. And Musetti is actually my pick to win the quarter.
So then you're gonna want to put it in through FanDuel.
I think we're gonna get Zverev Musetti in the quarter matchup. I just don't see anyone else in this quarter getting in his way. I see some upsets in the first round here as well. Specifically, I think Jerry goes down to Popperin in the first round, and we'll talk about odds in a little bit. And I think Navone has a good chance of going down to Borges as well. But let's go to the bottom half of the bracket and look at the odds for quarter number 3.
All right, Q3. We got Casper Ruud representing Norway, plus 140. Medvedev, they're giving the Russians AIN, whatever the fuck that stands for. What is that? Athletes
Not incorporated or something. I don't remember.
I don't know. But Medvedev plus 275. Cerundolo plus 600. FAA, that Canadian bum, plus 1100. Ugo Humbert plus 1300. Lajovic plus 1500. Morosian 2500. And Pedro Martinez 2800. I want to go first here, boys, because it's my guy. It's our king. It's the Rude Boy King, Casper Ruud, plus 140. And to me, you can't not bet Casper Ruud here, right? Like he was demolishing Big Z in the semifinal at Roland Garros 2 months ago, and then he got a fucking tummy ache, right? So unless he eats some shit again and gets diarrhea, it's just diarrhea that kills all my guys. Like he should have been in the final. He fucking owns Roland Garros. He just doesn't win the final. He just always makes the final, semifinal, whatever. So I know he's going to win the quarter. I'm betting 5 units on him to win the quarter at plus 140. I'm also betting 5 units on him to win the fucking final at plus 1400 because he's got to win one of these things eventually. He has to win one of them eventually. He's always in the fucking semifinals here. He's going to get through eventually.
5 units. Oh, Casper Ruud future.
Yes, sir.
Real quick. AIN is the French translation, then abbreviation of individual neutral athlete. That's just English with a French accent. But yes, Chris, exactly. Individual neutral athletes, the translation of French shortens to AIN.
Athletes, individuals, neutres.
I hate to say this, Vic, but I am picking one of those individual neutral athletes to win the third quarter. The only individual neutral athlete in the third quarter, Daniil Medvedev. I think he sees an opportunity with a pretty weak. The biggest obstacle to him making that quarterfinal match is going to be FAA. If FAA even decides to show up, who knows? And then I do think he'll play Casper Ruud, but I like the Medi mind games. I'm staying on the Medi mind games train. I don't think Casper Ruud has the mental toughness to make it past someone that's not even representing a country. He's a rogue man without a country at the Olympics. That's scary. That's scary.
Yeah. Why is this guy even here?
You're going to take Medvedev over Casper Ruud on clay. You're
yes,
fucking
sir.
crazy. That's
yes,
crazy.
Sir. Come and see me at the
drum roll, please.
Hey, come see me at the cashier, Victor, because I'm taking Medi.
If that's a quarterfinal, we'll put down a hefty. We'll put down a hefty bet on that.
We'll have a gentleman's bet if they do face each other in the quarterfinal.
Yes, sir.
I was actually going to suggest that for Zverev and Musetti as well. However, I am taking the most hated pick in my life
Dusan Lajovic.
I'm
Oh,
taking
no.
1/2 of a unit on FAA.
Oh, ew,
Ooh.
ew,
Plus
ew.
1,200.
What?
Listen,
What?
FAA, if he can get the Casper, he's twice as tall as him. He's gonna beat him.
And he did beat him on clay this year in the finals.
Because he's twice as tall as him. Casper's a better
He
player.
beat him in the second round at Madrid.
That's right.
And then he got a walkover, a retirement,
and then he beat Rublev in the finals. That's right.
and then
Sorry.
he lost to Rublev in the final. Yeah. So he
right.
He made the final after
yeah,
beating after only winning 2 matches. Like, he's a fluke. Like, honestly,
he beat Casper.
He did beat Casper in Madrid, right? But Madrid's at elevation, bitch. Don't bet against rude boys and expect peace. Not in these halls. No, sir. No, sir.
All right,
you go
on
to
to
war with me,
Q4.
talk about Casper on clay.
What's that say? Raw? Why are you so raw?
Monday night. It's Monday night.
Very interesting pick, Chris. I can't say I like it, but I'm seeing plus 650 on Bovada. That'd be a nice hit for you if it does cash.
I have plus 1,200.
Yeah, plus 1,100 on DK.
Whoa, okay. Stay away from Bovada on this one, fellas. If you're listening and you like Chris's angle on the Canadian, do not
I got
hit up
plus
Bovada.
1,200. That's the only reason I'm doing half a unit on him, is just because I don't like Rude that much. I don't like Medvedev that much. I hate FAA. So
I don't like Rude that much. Where the fuck is this guy? Where the fuck?
Yeah, wait. Everybody likes Casper Ruud. He's a nice guy. You mean you don't like him as in,
I love Casper Ruud until he cracked my parlay by losing to that Canadian bum.
Man holds grudges. I respect that. Let's make sure we aggregate all these future picks before we post them for the viewers, so that we can like say what book we're betting them on, so we get the best odds. Because that's a huge disparity between FAA. Like, why FAA? Okay. Well,
all right.
That's a weird
one.
You
want to go to Q4 now?
Yeah, let's hit up Q4.
All right, in Q4, the final quarter, obviously, because there's 4 fucking quarters, right? Duh. First, Carlos Alcaraz minus 575. Demon plus 1,200.
What did you just say? Minus 575?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are some short odds.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, that's it. That's the only time I've ever seen odds shorter than Casper Ruud.
Like his physical height?
Yes, his physical height.
It was.
I'm sorry, my joke did not land.
You had to do some math.
I didn't get it. Yeah. All right.
Bad joke. Move on.
Demon plus 1,200. Struff plus 1,400. Tommy Paul plus 1,400. Tabio 2,000. Mensik 2,500. Echeverry 2,800. Safon 4,000. All right.
Hold on. If I put a gun to your head and you had to pick somebody that wasn't named Carlos Alcaraz or Alex de Minaur, who are you taking?
You don't have to put a gun to our heads.
I'm going to pick Tommy Paul no matter what.
Put the gun away. Put the gun away.
Tommy Paul plus 1,400 to me screams win. Every time I see Tommy Paul, like between plus 1,200 and plus 1,600, it's a fucking auto bet for me, because it's just long enough where it's like outside shot. He always wins those ones. So
he is plus 1,600 on FanDuel.
Tommy Paul. He just had a fucking great French Open. What'd he do in the French Open? He lost in the 3rd round to Cerundolo, which is not great, but he did make the 3rd round, and he was supposed to do well. He just had an off day. I mean, he smoked Fohini and Cashin in the first 2 rounds.
It only takes one off day.
Cerundolo just beat Rublev, so he's not bad.
Yeah, Cerundolo, that's not a terrible loss. That's not a bad loss in the 3rd round. You know what I mean? It happens. 4 sets. But yeah, I'm going to take Tommy Paul plus 1,400. Love Tommy Paul. Got to bet the American. Except that fucking choke artist Taylor Fritz, not that American. Bet on the real American, Tommy Paul.
Oh man! Wow.
Not like these fake Americans. Taylor Fritz.
Taylor Fritz's girlfriend is gonna make or Taylor Fritz's wife is gonna make a TikTok about you after talking that much trash on him. Oh, it is his girlfriend.
He learned. He's already divorced at 22. He learned his lesson.
Brutal. I don't like that Tommy has to play Dardaria in the first round. I think he's going to beat him, but I think that's going to be a good match. And then I think probably Jacob Mensik, who's been playing well lately.
Mm-hmm.
And then he'd have to go through probably a Struff or de Minaur. I don't know. That's a great first round matchup, Struff and de Minaur. It's not a crazy bet. I'll give you that. But to have that be you can't pick
Demon has the hip
Alcaraz to
injury,
win.
right? Demon hasn't played since he had the hip injury in Wimbledon.
Yeah, I believe that's correct. Yeah.
So we don't know how healthy he is. And against Struff, who's gonna fucking serve and volley and make him run around a lot, you know what I mean? Or actually, those are quicker points. I don't know. I like the German against him. So I don't think he's gonna make it to the second round. I think Struff's gonna upset him. I got JLS, the big German, and that's my big upset for the first round.
Okay. I think Alcaraz is going to win this quarter. I don't think it's worth even thinking twice about it. My gun to the head pick, though, which I might take that gun and turn it into a half unit play, is on the hometown boy, the hothead, Quentin Moutet. Yeah, I think he makes a decent run here. I like his standing. I like the way he played on clay this year. I like the way, especially he played at Roland Garros. And
he did make the fourth round. And he beat Offner, Shevchenko, and Jari to get there. He took a set off center, so it's not like those guys aren't killers, but he did take a set off center. Nobody, so he was on fire. That's a good call. Good call. He's got the Indian killer Sumit Nagal in round 1 though.
Indian killer I think he's wearing sunglasses at night when he's trying to kill people because this guy can't hit anything lately. Don't tell me that's your pick, Chris.
Sumit Nagal. Chris,
your boy Sumit Nagal.
While I do love Sumit, that is not my pick. I am sticking away from pick here.
No. You said gun to your head. You can't.
Oh, there's a gun to my head. Oh my God, there's a gun to my head. Oh,
yeah, turn around. He's been there the whole time.
The baddest motherfucker on the tennis circuit. Cabello, bitches, let's go.
Ooh, really?
I love his left-handed tenacity. I just like watching the guy play. Nobody should put money on this, but if you put a gun to my head, I'm putting half a unit on Alejandro Cabello.
I had a future. It's bad. It's bad. I think I say it's bad because I had a futures unit on him to win the quarter at Roland Garros, and I had like a 0.1 unit on him to win Roland Garros outright, and he lost in the first round. He got embarrassed in the first round. He didn't even show up. I have no faith that he's going to show up now.
Yeah, you embarrassed us in front of Hugs on that one.
Yeah, hey. But hey, I made up for it because I picked Shevchenko as like a minus 880 favorite to lose.
Yeah, you did have a big.
Shevchenko was like minus 800 or something like that to win in the first round. And I said, that's the upset. Sure enough, he did. He's a bum. But yeah, I'm staying away from Tabilo for a while.
I just like he plays like real angry and stuff, so I like to watch him.
That's fair. I like that analysis.
For real, he hits that ball like it abandoned him as a child or something.
Damn. Well, I guess if it works. What do you guys think? Let's name your finalists. We've gone through all 4 quarters. Who do you got in the finals? I'll tell you the odds.
Wait, no, if we're.
You want to pick an outright one?
What?
Oh, I mean, I don't have. No, why semifinalists? Just go to what's your final look like?
I got Rude TT.
In the finals?
Yeah.
Yeah. Tsitsipas and Ruud.
TT's Q1.
I've got Arthur Fee and Carlos Alcaraz.
Oh my goodness, you guys are nuts. That one is definitely not have odds on it.
Was a final at Barcelona and a final at fucking what was the other 1,000 that they played at? Not Madrid.
Oh wait, you said Fees and Alcaraz?
Yes.
That's plus 4,000. That is on here.
That's awesome.
Plus 4,000 if those are the finalists without even picking a winner. What's that?
Is there a line for Ruud Tsitsipas?
I'm looking for Ruud Tsitsipas. I see Ruud. Oh yeah, plus 10,000.
Dude, I'm gonna do that. Oh, 100%.
What? Alcaraz Fee is more likely than Tsitsipas Ruud. I guess
way more likely according to Bovada.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Ben,
With
let me
Alcaraz being minus
let me get a unit on
575.
that with you, Ben. I
You
don't
want
see
a
that.
unit on that?
Yes, sir.
All right. Tsitsipas and Ruud. One unit.
Hey, what are the odds on Ruud and Fee? Casper Ruud to play Arthur Fee.
I'd be surprised.
That's gotta be like 100,000.
I'd be surprised if that's on here. I think Feast is only on here against Alcaraz, from what I can see. I'm combing through.
That's okay. Yeah, don't worry about it.
They do requests. I can request those odds if you want them.
Nah.
Yeah, they're not on here.
There's a nice little prop. Who will go further in the tournament? Casper Ruud or Alexander Zverev? There's another one. Who will go further? Musetti or Demonor? Who will go further? Tsitsipas or Medvedev?
Yeah, I see those as well. I don't like the odds on any of those. All right. In two interesting finals, I did not expect either of those.
Who do you have?
My final, hang on, let me pull my bracket back up.
Joker Alcaraz, you boring motherfucker. Is that it?
No. Yeah, come on. Well, Alcaraz is in there.
That's okay though. I mean, he is the best player in the world.
Yeah, he is. Where's my bracket?
I can see Alcaraz Big Z.
That was the French Open, 2 months ago. So yeah.
Alcaraz Titty Pass. Alcaraz Musetti.
Oh, never mind. I did pick Alcaraz and Djokovic. Yeah.
I was looking at this, wondering who else you took.
Yeah, I did. I filled out. I got to post my bracket on the Twitter, but those are my picks. How are you going to pick against either of those guys? It's crazy. It's crazy to pick against those guys.
If Djokovic and Alcaraz meet in the final and Joker beats Alcaraz, do you think he retires?
No.
I would retire right then and there.
No, that'd be crazy. Yeah. He's still chasing other milestones.
Yeah.
Like what?
Like 40 Grand Slams, whatever fucking number is next, whatever big number.
He's never getting there. Just give up.
Okay.
Wow.
All right. Well, Alcaraz we didn't talk about winners' odds. Alcaraz, this is all on DK. So again,
Well, I figured we'd go like that'd be the last thing since we did finals matchup and then picking the winner.
Okay. Yeah, Alcaraz minus 125, Joker is plus 300, Big Z plus 600, Nadal plus 1,200, Ruud 1,400, Tsitsipas 2,000, Medvedev 2,000, Demon 2,500, Musetti 4,000, Fees 4,000. So Ben, are you betting minus 125, or are you looking for other ways to bet Alcaraz throughout the tournament?
No, I'm betting 125. Minus 125. Yeah, it's this is his time. It's meant to be. He's gonna fucking dominate. He's the best player on clay in the world, and he's going to prove it. And he's gonna bring home the gold. He's gonna say, "I've got the gold. Now I can go break all the other records." It's just
he's too inconsistent to do this in 3 sets, man. If it was 5 sets, I'd agree with you. He's gonna get upset at some point.
I don't really think that's how it works necessarily. I think he probably has a game plan when he goes into a 5-set match, a best of 5 match, and then a different game plan for best of 3s.
That's true, dude. I saw his coach say, "Hey, go ahead and lose the first set. We got 5."
That's not Yeah, you're right. Game plans are just win and lose. Hey, what's the play today, coach? We're gonna win. Break. We're losing today, boys. Break.
Do you guys want to like win today, or you want to like go out and party tonight? Because like if we lose, we could just go party.
When you have more sets, you can afford to lose. You can try different strategies. You can test different things out. You can not show your hand on strategies. Maybe there's more to it than just let's win, let's lose. And no one says let's lose. Let's be fair. Everyone says let's go out there and win today, boys. And then they try and do that based on this strategy.
There was a match fixing scandal.
Okay, that's okay. Yeah. Hey, dude, that's why I don't like even thinking about covering anything that's not ATP level stuff. Sometimes we'll bet a challenger if it's like ATP level guys, but I am very concerned about corruption in this sport at the lower levels.
Oh, 100%.
Alcaraz on his Wimbledon run, starting in the third round, lost the first set. Fourth round won the first set, but fifth round lost the first set. Sixth round lost the first set, and then won the first set in the final against Joker. So he does give up. He does drop a lot of first sets, and that's all I'm saying is like,
what does he do in best of three
having
tournaments?
To claw back. Yeah, him having to constantly claw back. Let's see, last best of three. I mean, the guy lost to Jack Draper in the second round at the Queen's Club, and then it was another 5-setter before that. But if you want to go all the way back,
that was on grass, right?
Yeah, but if you want to go all the way back to
tournament,
if you want to go all the way back to the Madrid Masters, he didn't drop a set until the quarterfinal, where he lost the first set to Rublev, and then lost the match. That's what I'm saying. He's going to run into an instance where somebody's playing well, he drops that first set like he always does because he's Carlito, and then when his back's against the wall, he plays phenomenal. And I just think he might get caught. I just can't see the value at -125.
Yeah, there's no value because he's not going to win, because Casper Ruud is destined to take home the gold fucking medal. Plus 1,400.
Arthur Fee is the most phenomenal player I've ever seen. If I had 2 good ears, you guys wouldn't even be able to talk right now.
I think that this is, I don't think that there's like negative value. Like we're basically betting on Alcaraz versus the field, and at -125, that's awesome odds. I don't see how you can. What do you want him to be an underdog against the field? I don't see that.
I think if Alcaraz was +100, I would like to bet way more.
Well, yeah. Me too.
Better number.
But I'm still taking it at -125.
I'm just saying, in a 3-set Olympic matchup, where look at the list of the winners that you read off, man. It's like, it's almost never the world number one that's winning these things. So I just think he's going to run over a landmine at some point and get blown up.
Have to mention,
I love you, Carlos. I want you to win.
Luke is plus 13,000 for the Kazakhstani fans out there. I can't.
Thank you for mentioning that.
But
plus 20,000 on Bovada.
Yeah, I can't advise that. I do support Kazakhstan, but it's Rude summer. It's a Rude boy summer. All right. We're at the height of Rude boy summer. Casper Ruud winning the gold medal. I'm telling you. 5-unit max bet plus 1,400. Fucking go ahead and buy yourself some cheese fries with that, motherfucker.
What do you have to say to that, Chris?
That I'm betting on Tommy Paul in the first round against Luciano Darderi, bitch.
Okay, I like that. Wait, did you pick a outright winner before we get first round picks?
Yeah, his name is Arthur, last name.
Oh, that's right. Plus 5,000 on Bovada for Arthur Feast.
I'm gonna have so much money.
I'm pulling for you, man. All right.
You and me both.
Can you just hit us again with that first round play you had?
Tommy Paul minus. I'm checking the last book right now to see where I can get the best odds. He's pretty much -170 everywhere. I'm taking Tommy Paul -170 in the first round, money line against Luciano Darderi.
All right.
Is that your only first round play, or do you have any others like you want to rattle off? I feel if you have first round plays, we'll just rattle them off. We don't need to get too in depth here.
I have a matchup that I wanted to ask you guys about.
Oh,
It's one of the only like dead even first round matchups. Talon Greek Sport versus your boy Cam Norrie.
it's going to be a great matchup, I think. Do you want?
I like some of this draw, and then I hate some of this draw. But obviously, when it's random, you don't get much of a choice.
You mean am I
I think
serious?
Cam Norrie's the most boring motherfucker. I can't watch him
He plays defense. He plays good defense too. When odds are at -110 for both players, Talon Greek Sport wins at 53%. Cam Norrie wins at 33%.
Where do you pull that stat? That's a nice stat.
That's a good stat, right? SofaScore. They have never played each other in professional tennis.
No way.
First meeting. Yes, their first meeting.
That's actually pretty shocking.
Talon's currently ATP 27. Cam Norrie is currently ATP number 44. I think it's going to be closer than maybe you guys think, or at least Vic thinks. I think each guy picks up a set. I'd probably take Talon Greek Sport 2-1. If you want exact set betting props, that's plus 330. Total sets over 2.5 is plus 125. Otherwise, I like Greek Sport on the money line at -110 there.
Okay, nice. My big dog play is Marcos Giron representing the US of A plus 310 against that Canadian dog FA.
Plus 275 on Bovada on the money line.
Yeah, 310 on DK. So either way, those are both great numbers. I just think that
You went from bum to dog. What's below dog?
Yeah, he's a bum, a mutt, a fucking punk. He's nothing. He's Canadian.
If Casper Ruud's the Margrave of mud, Felix Auger-Aliassime is the puddle of mud.
Great band.
Great. She fucking hates me.
All right.
Sorry, Vic, keep going.
No. That's all I had. There's a couple other things I'm gonna bet, but that's like that's the long shot. And also Bublik plus 265.
Okay. Yeah. I had called out a couple of upsets along the way as we were doing the quarter bets here. Let me see. I'm just scrolling through to find their actual live odds for the individual matchups. I have Popurin beating Jerry, money lines plus 115. I like that one a lot. Where's Baez? I think Baez gets upset by Montero. Montero's plus 200 right now to beat Baez, and I think he does. I'm going to be betting that one for sure. Let's see. Sorry, I'm doing this on the fly. Moutet minus 155. I don't think there's a value there to beat Sumit Nagal, although I do think -2 games is kind of fair. I don't think that game is going to be very close. Medvedev, Eubanks.
You like Moutet -2?
Yeah, I don't think that's a terrible bet. I might take that one. I kind of like Eubanks to lose in the first round to Benjamin Hassan. Hassan's even money. Eubanks is -120, so it's not too much of an upset. But Eubanks on clay is like get fucking lost. Get out of here.
Against an American.
I like Triple Z.
Hassan. For a guy named Hassan.
His name is Benjamin Hassan.
All right, the Benjamin saves you.
Okay. Triple Z is only -120 against Tomas Mahach, and I think he takes this one. Mahach is even money. If you're looking to bet against me and fade me, that's fine. I'm not offended. Nuno Borges is another upset. I don't know if I call it an upset. He's actually a favorite now on the live line. So -112. Navone is -108. I'll be taking Borges in that matchup. I really like the way he's been playing. He just got his first title on the ATP Tour against none other than Rafael Nadal. And that's those are the upsets I picked. I'll have more picks though for the first round as we go through. trying to find value here. I don't go
Check
too
the
deep.
Twitter feed, kids.
Yeah, you better be following us on that faulty picks, boy. Quick update. Vic and Chris talked to me about this, about how we want to run the main account. I'll probably be making a separate account for my own individual picks so it's clear, and the faulty picks account will be like our hub. I retweet Pete's mustache when he makes his picks. I retweet Millennial News Network with one N when he makes his picks from the faulty picks account. I think it's a little confusing to just do my individual picks from that account, so I'll be making a separate account. And still go to faulty picks to find all of the selections that we've made for the matchups though, and you can find everything there. That's kind of our hub. It just keeps our trains of thought a little bit more clear. If you like betting on, or you like tailing just one of the guys on the podcast and not the others, that's fine. It's just an easier way to do it.
Ben, how many units are you up this year?
I don't know. I have to update the tracker actually. Since I last updated it though, I am up 11.5 units, and
Let's go.
I'm probably up more because I've been crushing live lines the past couple of weeks, and like last week we hit that plus 775 underdog. I told Chris I'd buy him lunch with the winnings. I totally didn't. Yeah, I know. It's the kind of guy I am. But yeah, make sure that's just a quick update about the social medias. We'll do another plug for it at the end so you have all the information. It's always in the description down below this video. Fellas, parting thoughts for the men. I don't know if we want to cover the women right now. I do have the bracket up. Chris, I know you're not plugged into the women's side of things, which is fine, but thoughts moving forward. Do we want to wrap up the men and call it a day? Do we want to hit the women's bracket?
I think it would be really great if we wrapped up the men's, called it a day, and then you and Vic did the women's one.
That's fine.
Okay.
You could just do a men's episode, women's episode.
No, I'm not. I have two things.
No.
I have 1 second to say about women's.
We'll do a short. I'll make it a short for the women.
Well, then I'll stick around.
Oh, if you want to stick around, that's fine. I will change the. I will ask for a couple minutes, but not I don't need a couple minutes actually. I'm just gonna change the view. Well, let's wrap up the men. Let me come back to it. Fellas, all right, that's kind of, we've gone through our picks, first round futures for the men. Any final thoughts about the men? Things you're looking forward to? Whose draw that you really want to follow? Headlines you want to see or you want to keep track of as we go into the Olympics? Other sports you want to see? Maybe some crossover. Maybe some other athletes in the stands watching our United States boys and girls.
I don't give a fuck the rest of the Olympics.
Guys, if you want a great value bet, I'm sorry, Vic, I talked over you.
No, I said the only thing I care about is Casper Ruud. That's the only thing I give a fuck about. I don't care the fuck about
hanging them up. You cannot care about our boys and girls in the red, white, and blue.
Guys, I'm taking France to win the men's basketball tournament at the Olympics.
So you're really putting a lot of stock into, we don't have to get into it. You're putting a lot of stock, though, into that South Sudan scare, huh?
No, not at all. Dude, South Sudan was led by an NBA player and had other NBA players and prospects. Like, people don't realize the Dream Team, when the Dream Team went through the Olympics, they faced 9 or 11 NBA players on other teams. There's 90 plus NBA players on the roster for the U.S. to get a gold. So, like, they have to face, NBA players on Germany, France, Serbia. Everywhere they go is NBA players. So, like, it's not as straightforward as people pretend it is. The U.S. is a super heavy favorite, obviously. But I'm telling you, Victor Wembanyama and that young, talented France team with FIBA rules, very important, FIBA rules, NBA rules, USA wins by 700 points. FIBA rules, people got chances, man.
Listen, all I'm saying is if I don't see those guys in the stands supporting the tennis players, I don't give a fuck.
I'm going to get sushi right after this.
Nice. All right, that about covers it for the men's singles draw for the 2024 Olympics. We will be checking in with updates along the way, but in the meantime, make sure you're following our picks. We're doing pretty well, so it's definitely worth a follow. Turn those notifications on, especially because as I mentioned before,
live lines are
crushing
the
those
best.
live lines lately. So if you don't have the notifications turned on, you're going to miss the prime opportunity to get in on some money-making opportunities. So hit follow, turn on the bell, do the same with the YouTube channel right down below. Make sure you're commenting, subscribe, let us know what you like, what you disagree with, what you agree with. And yeah, we'll make adjustments as we go. So here we are on YouTube. Make sure you can also follow the podcast if you like listening better on Spotify. You can find us there at the Gambling Racket. And follow us on Twitter. The main account is at Faulty Picks. You can follow Vic over at Pete's__mustache. And you can follow Chris at Millennial with 1 N News US. Those are the 3 Twitter accounts. Yeah, we appreciate the engagement when you're able to provide it to us. And make sure you're checking out our wager trackers too, so that you can see for yourself how well we've been doing. And this isn't we don't charge for our picks, folks. We just want you to be part of our community. Come on in, let us know what you think, and we can all make some money together.
There's no stupid Patreon. There's no stupid WAP account. You don't got to do anything but just follow us on Twitter. I don't know. Some capper the other day, it randomly inboxed me, was like, well, follow my picks. And it was like WHOP, WAP or something. I don't know. Anybody that has to sell you their picks for money is only making money off their shitty picks in your subscription.
And they don't love the game.
So much money sports betting, they wouldn't give their picks away so that people could ruin their odds, okay?
We do this for the love of the game. Tennis and gambling, 2 games. Love of the game.
And for the eventual Athletic Greens money, that is going to come.
Sponsors, yes, and the sponsors. We do for the sponsors.
We'll do whatever you want, man. I'll go fucking work for a cartel for enough money. So sponsorships, just keep that in mind,
We are not associated with that guy.
Yeah, we separate Twitter accounts. You heard us, FBI. All right. Well, thanks for joining us for episode 24 of the Gambling Racket. We'll catch you next time with an update on the Olympics, and looking forward to engaging with you in the meantime. Take care.